Right to be Tingwang de to Rutwela. Tingwang Samlam. Tingwang Ngau Giazimna program ki ki di du ke lu aiza. Ke bam ram ke tsam tsam aza. Go me anu lai song aza. Ke zu ngau ke lu. Aiza Tingwang Samlam le. Tingwang de to Rutwela. Luangdimai Mada Zelangrong. Right to be Rahai Krabe Akacet Rank Mako, nice song na to the people of Luangdimai. Last Friday, Good Friday night, nice song a few Atuza or the Wenele, the Pinu Kukagainzo. Good Friday afternoon. He lies on the preacher away. Lay to good. Matsi to good. So, Pada Anuka Kagomenevan, it's the program coincides with Napa Gong Sanguma. It's the lies on the dome, Anu Luangdimai, family like best wishes, Anu Tipu, capture that child. I lies on no high hanging lay, the Chukula live. I rang sang chia ta pa itu de lai song ma chimi samam da pe puji ne guest house le na ni je guest house de me da pen bo be chu ki wa bam 23 to 7 mega chang pini program bam chine program coincide je ne pa gong chang da de bu wishes lang ka jo I rang sang la when we travel across the land and breadth of Zelangrong country, I am filled with mixed feelings. Number one, emotional attachment. Emotions runs high. Out of joy, tears flows in. But on the other hand, when we look and think of our community, we are pained. Our heart bleeds. We want to communicate. We want to share. But why? There is a big question. Why we are not being able to express? Are we trying or are we converting a blessing into a curse for ourselves? I was sharing with my friends, my colleagues, as I was traveling down. The moment we cross one area, is this our Zelangrong land? Is this our people? Excitement, full of excitement. But when we look at the reality, the ground situation, at one point of time or at some point of time, we find it restless, helplessness comes our pastoral thoughts. But I am confident today because of people seated here, the intellectuals, the high-ranking officers, community leaders coming together to rebuild our society. At one point of time, we have lost hope. But today, through this gathering, we are feeling to start having hope once again. If we have to talk about our prospect, the prospect of the Zelangrong people or the Luangdimais, we have limitless prospects that is in our reach. But if we are not being able to realize our shortcomings, and if we only keep dreaming, that will not be achieved. But together, we need to work together. Having said that, dear brethren, by God's grace, I have had the opportunity to visit and closely observe the lives and ethnicity of various Naga tribes. And that opportunity was given to me by God through the people of Luangdimai. It is not because of my merit. It is not because I am much more capable than any one of you. But it is because of the blessings from God and the Luangdimais that I have come across and experienced the lives of various Naga tribes. Every tribe proudly inhabits their own land, protect their own land, protect their own identity. They show unflinching allegiance to the greater existence as a people, as a tribe. Today, it is with great pride that I stand here to be a part of history in the making. Going through the history of our people, the magnanimity of the sacrifices made by our ancestors can never be rewritten nor obliterated. The stories and legends, reminiscence of the past glory and days of nostalgia, the days of abundance and merrymaking, it makes me want to live. It makes me want to have lived in those days of pure and simple yet gallant grandeur. But for challenges that is at hand and the issues that have stand from the folly of our yesteryears, the prospect of working together towards a common goal for a goal that I may not see achieved to that very end, yet I feel most blessed to be a part of this generation. Aloy medung, aram medung. Anu ko halakana kelumpau tanga kela nung kemakan. Iyan ay sabang. Sain ko ade imarang iya along sama. Anu zeme ko na lang iya anu leme midung chicang tadi. Iya along lingang sanga inuma. Ichulida aka mag chimdung mag sunjoa. I sain lede lang lede puni reported nuje asam ya chang nuje nuje lang lede. Ngomgia nu matcha mawishlo zai kilodunga iramela. Today we are at the crossroad. Let us imagine once. Luangdimai, Zelero Madung, Luangdimai. We are composing a life. We are composing a life. We are composing our lives. We are in the process. Life is a continuous process. And in that process, we are a part of it. How are we going to compose our life? Let us look back the past. What our ancestors have done for us. Let us seriously look back the past. Let us introspect, retrospect the achievements, the failures, the success, the proud legacy that we have. Let us look back. Let us not live on the past glory, but let us introspect the past. Then, together, let us also imagine together what our future would be, or what kind of future we want to be. Let us compose ourselves by looking at the past, at the same time imagining our future, what kind of life that we want. The life of prosperity, unity, peace, is that what we want? Or a life, a future filled with divisions, exclusiveness, separation from one another, asserting of individuals' rights, asserting of individuals' identity. Are we to imagine that as our future? Or are we to imagine our future together as Luangdimai, together as Zeliangrong, having a common entity, having a common platform, having been recognized as one of the major ethnic groups of Northeast? What kind of future do we want? As we sit together, let us collectively imagine our future. Let us look together at our future. Why are we gathering here? What is the vision that we have? Let us take questions. Let us question ourselves. Let us see what kind of imaginations or visions that we have for our people. Today, we blame our leaders, those who are in a better position. For example, the politicians, the administrator, the civil society leaders. That has been a common trend among the Naga society, and we are not we are not free from that. We are a part of it. Mind you, my friends, that era is gone. That period is gone. At one point of time, we blame our leaders for not delivering what the people want. Because of this minister, because of this MLA, because of this DC, because of this ADC, we keep dumping every fault, every bad things on our leaders. But that era is gone. This is the 21st century. We need to build our society. We need to build our leaders. If I stand here and start blaming, pointing fingers at the politicians, I'm making a mockery of myself. It means that I'm not being able to contribute myself, but rather sit back doing nothing and blame someone else for all the bad reasons or for all the bad things in the society. Let us give up that tradition. Let us collectively build our leaders. Let us collectively mold our children, mold our brothers and sisters. Unless we start from home, unless we start from family, individual, I think we are heading nowhere. The kind of society that we live in today, we have seen for ourselves. If we think that the situation that we are in today is not what we want, let us ensure that, let us make a better society where our children will inherit. Let us collectively contribute our best efforts towards building our society. We should not demean ourselves, but the moment we deviate from our own history because of somebody's influence, then our identity is at stake. Recently, when I came across, somebody told me, Zeme Council, Liangmai Council, Rongmai Council, Yinpui Council, whatever council, they decided to move away from Zeliangrong Baudi or from the common nomenclature as Zeliangrong. Yes, we accept the reality. The fact remains that they were given a separate recognition as Zeme, Liangmai, Rongmai, Kabui, whatever you call it. It is true. We don't deny that. But by that recognition, can we undo our past history, or can we undo the origin that God has given us. Is that the reason to separate ourselves from each other? And today, what is happening? They wanted to have separate identity, but when it goes to a majority groups, bigger groups, they find themselves a minor. They can't even stand up to speak. They belittle themselves. They don't have space to speak. They thought at one point of time, if they are given a separate recognition, move away from the bigger family, they thought they would get all the privileges, advantages. But today, they are finding no space. Then they came up with the idea of coining themselves as joint tribe councils. But joint tribe council could not satisfy them, neither the other. Now they are hunting to coin themselves. If they don't want Zeliangrong, Liangzerong, or what, I mean, a new style of coining themselves, they are in the process. They are calling up Assam, Zemen, Nagaland, Zemen. How do we call ourselves? They are heading over. Secondly, the Naga national workers. If you have 3 recognized separate tribes, you will have 3 CAOs. You will have 1 arm above that. You will enjoy all these powers. Everyone was so excited. Oh, Zeliangrong, Liang administrative, to become an administrative officer of certain territory, or what they call it, central administrative officer. That is, I think, it's equivalent to them it's equivalent to state, chief secretary rank. So everyone was in a haste to have that facility. And today, what is happening? Now it is coming closer. We don't know what will be the end of the agreement. But now it is coming to head count. Your future will be decided, your provisions, facilities will be decided on the basis of population, not on the basis of tribe. It is going to be on the basis of population. So where do we go? We have to be realistic. And we are so privileged that senior officers from the government of India, they are here. Population brings development. Population brings facilities. That is why, according to census, government of India gives the funding. On the basis of tribes, government of India never gives. I don't think government of India allocate funds. Last year, when we were having 2020, we were having a very confidential discussions in Delhi. Toman is here. Toman, he was also partly in our discussion. The issue of Rengmas in Assam, the issue of Zeliangrong people in NC Hills and Khasar Valley. When we look at this, no population, especially the Kargangong Rengmas, very difficult. They, as a tribe, they are also entitled with certain. They also have equal rights, but to exercise the rights, they need population. Many people may agree, may disagree, but unless we remain as one entity and move together, our future is bleak. The assertion of individual identity is not going to lead us anywhere. And the history teaches us, people have separated themselves in the past, but There are communities trying to relocate, trace back their origin, and come back together. When people are trying to consolidate their positions, we are trying to move away from one another, which is very sad. But I said once again, through this Luangdimai Citizen Forum, through the participation of intellectuals, irrespective of positions that we hold, we have come down to this level to reach out to the people, to bridge the gap between communities. I strongly believe that this will take us to a destination where we wish to be. Yes, friends, fragmentation, division in a society is not a new phenomenon. It is happening everywhere. Everywhere. International, national, tribes, state, everywhere division, fragmentation is taking place. Merest example, if you look at Naga society, we talk about unity, but where is it? Day by day, everything is getting fragmented. So that is not new to us. We are also a part of it. Therefore, because of division, fragmentation, I think our focus should not be distracted. Because of division taking place, we should not lose heart. We should not be discouraged. The more division, the more fragmentation, God wants us to be more sincere in our approach to bring better understanding. We should take it as a privilege to do it. Yes, if we have to take it in a positive note. Who likes division? Who likes fragmentation? But in spite of we not willing to accept it is taking place, it is common, it's a natural phenomenon. But, and as I said, that should not distract us, that should not discourage us, but let us continue to work together in bringing understanding among us. My dear Luangdimai friends, we have common aspirations. Who can deny that? Every Luangdimai village, if we go, hey, when are you? Because I served as General Secretary of the Zeliangrong Modi Tree State, 2010 to 13. One tenure I served as General Secretary. Wherever we go, the village, the elders, hey, when are you going to start Zeliangrong movement, ZPC movement? We can't wait for that day. Why not we start? Come on. Tamenglong, in Tamenglong headquarters, we have our Dimki. All the members started demanding to reactivate the Zeliangrong ZPC movement. Our aspirations to live together under one political arrangement, under one administrative roof is common everywhere. But the fact remains that we are not being able to talk to one another. We are not reaching out to one another. We are not being able to coordinate among ourselves. We cannot undo it. Let it go as it is. Zemai Council, Liangmai Council, Romai Council, Inpui Council. But I still believe that their understanding, their wish, their aspiration also to have a common, to live together under one common administration. But see, since Zemai Council is formed, Liangmai Council, Romai Council, we look at them as, what do we call it? Traitor. We condemn them for not being able to work together with what we envisioned. if we keep waiting for them to come back and join us, then only we move together. That will never happen. That will never happen. And I think we should not waste our time calling them back. Our effort should be to reach out to them with a common aspiration, with a defined roadmap. Through that only we can bring them together. Through then only we can build our future. The more we condemn, it will be like the story of a frog, toad. You see toad, if you hit, it bulges out. So we cannot finish them off, we are not going to go and kill them. Only thing is through understanding, through mutual respect, we can bring together and move together. Yes, we feel sad, we are angry, because they decided to move different directions. But at the end of the day, we cannot deny them. Neither me, neither them. We have to find out a roadmap where we come together and collectively look at our future and build our future together. Ideological unity is a must for us to achieve our goal. Let us make it a point to travel the length and breadth of our God-given inheritance. Appreciate the splendor of nature and make ourselves one with our fellow Luangdimai community. And I assure you this, you will not feel the presence of these artificial boundaries, but you will say, yes, Luangdimai is worth my sacrifices. I am confident that Luangdimai will be a prosperous Luangdimai and a forward progressive Luangdimai. As I wind up my presentation, let me quote once again one quotation. A good plan of today is better than a great plan of tomorrow. A good plan of today is better than a great plan of tomorrow. Look backward with satisfaction and look forward with confidence. As we gather here today, and as we deliberate on different topics, as we listen to various speakers, let us go back home with a well-planned for our Luangdimai community. Let us go back with satisfaction, and let us work together looking at the future with confidence. We wish this Madimbau a grand success, and we look forward that this Madimbau will come up with a good resolution where everyone, young and old, can collectively participate and work together in our own capacities and see that we realize our dream one day. Thank you.